Hey, there we go. And this is Torture is How You Make Friends, episode 6. How are you so funny? No, seriously. I'm your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today is Hey Camel
Good evening.
and Terry Diamantis,
Hey everyone.
Delahazed,
Yo, and hello.
and special guest today we have Gabby GeeWhiz
Hello, hello, hello.
and Clyde from YoNibbsTV.
That's this guy right here. And Gabby's from YoNibbs as well. She's part of
Right?
That's why you got the combined.
it. Hell yeah. Thank you for the invite. I am so glad to be here.
And for those also, Vincent Veritas is in the chat, also with YoNibbsTV.
I need to get to the chat. Hold on a second. Getting over there right now.
Yeah, so for this stand-up, we watched Jenny Slate stage Fright.
An abomination.
And yeah, I don't think anyone has ever yearned for death so much in my entire life.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Johnny showed me some bad stuff before, but this was I'm mad at you, Johnny, for the first time ever. You're a jerk.
Well, and I was telling Camel, I'm like, I wonder if this is going to be the one where people are like, don't go watch that shit.
I think that special could be used by the white supremacists to breed anti-Semitism amongst the people.
It almost got me to convert to Islam on the spot. So
There we go. We can use it to spot the SJWs. And anyone who laughs at that is clearly an SJW.
And yeah, there was enough of those kind of jokes in this special for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't even jokes. Nothing was really funny. It was
No.
talking points and observations of her life. And I was not impressed by either.
I mean, and even if even if you thought some of the jokes she was performing were good, they were broken up by the documentary part. So like you are brought down by that, and so you have to like restart the whole thing again.
I think for me, it was like Gabby said, there were no jokes or even attempts at jokes. Like that was the thing that got like, at least with Ali Wong, you could tell that what she was saying, she intended it to be funny. Like you could see the jokes there. But with this, it was like she was talking about her life and forgot that it was supposed to be a comedy special. It was like just chatting to the audience about her shitty life. And it was like,
Yeah, pretty much like a girl at the bar who's had like too many martinis. And she thinks she's cute and clever, but it's just like you're telling us too much about your life that no one asked for.
exactly.
Some of the punchlines, though, they were like, just make loud noises. You know, like, here's a crappy story about my life. Wacka wacka.
But
Like, it was really bad. It was cringe, dude.
I stick to my comparison earlier that her stand-up would be like if Dane Cook had a vagina but forgot to steal Louis C.K.'s jokes.
That's right. That's right.
in terms of the
Think.
punchline saying loud noises, you have to admit the dog bark was genius.
Yeah, your dog stole the show, man.
That was great. I wish we would have recorded that.
I can't even remember what she was saying. What was it?
Talking about was it a guy coming up to her and like saying something innocent and innocuous, and you just hear woof woof.
Yeah. Guy comes up to me and he says, "Arf." That's great. Thanks, Wookie. What is your dog, Wookie? Chewbacca.
Chewy.
Chewbacca.
Oh my God, that's great.
And he's just sitting here like, what'd I do?
So people are calling me. Do I get food?
Yeah, give that boy a treat.
Right? Yeah, he deserves it.
Fair point. One second,
He's
I'll be
a
right back.
treat. He's 10 pets, man. Good job, doggy.
You did good, kid.
I don't know what I did, but I did it, and I'm getting a tweet.
But who the fuck greenlit that shit?
Oh my god. That
There
was
There was people who not just videoed it, produced it, they edited it, they did her makeup, they set everything up.
Now,
And not
in its
one of them
defense,
wrote the entire thing. Stopped and said, maybe this is a bad idea.
in its defense, it was only a 400-person show.
Oh my Christ.
400 people were behind that abomination.
All right, he has been treated.
I would not put that on my resume, is all I'm saying.
I wouldn't put that on anything, is all I'm saying.
We're halfway through it, and I'm like, who's producing this? Vice? Is this a documentary about a failed comedian? Because that's how it felt. It really did.
We now return to the Carlos Maza story.
Oh, whatever happened to that guy?
Who cares?
Right?
Yeah, fuck.
I was the first person to ask that in 6 months. Whatever happened? His parents don't even fucking care.
No, what got me about this special was the home videos, the documentary style. You know, it's like you've got both her grandmothers and her parents and her sisters, and they just sit there like they're being held hostage.
Yeah, the first time we ever saw George Soros held hostage in a
And like I have to go back and actually like watch it with mute to like count the eye blinks to see if they're
they're giving
is there an
signals.
SOS message there?
Morse code and eye blinks.
Oh my god.
Are they slurring in their speech? Did any of them work at the State Department? Did they have anti-kidnapping training?
Quick,
Yeah, seriously
they got
brutal.
Epstein.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
How hilarious would that be if that was the message in the eye blinks? And then you look back and you realize, oh, they shot this and edited it together months ago.
I was just going to say, now someone's got to go back and check to make sure whether or not there is some sort of Morse code in there. And even if there isn't, they got to make sure there is one that says Epstein didn't kill himself. Just fucking clap all the eye blinks together to make it.
What was the name of that show anyway?
Of the
They
special
tried.
Yeah.
Stage Fright. Jenny Slate, Stage Fright. And
And how we wish she had it?
Silence is good.
I don't know about you, Clyde, but I am perfectly terrified of the idea of looking at anybody on stage ever again.
Watching that makes me want to go around with it, man.
I mean, I may need like a safety blanket or something to cuddle up with when I watch my next Netflix special. Just because the PTSD from this.
I was just so curious at the fact that there was laughter coming from the audience.
It was canned. You never see anybody actually laughing.
Well,
when
no,
they
there
show the
was
audience
actually
faces.
there was a shot of like some people in the front row and stuff. People weren't
Yeah.
actually laughing. I'm just wondering,
That's why they were in the front row.
were the drinks complimentary for this gig?
No, they were laced though.
That's where all the money was.
They were like,
And normally, when somebody has gets slipped a Mickey, it's a roofie or something. And these people had Thorazine for some reason.
Jesus.
Dose
What do you call it? The pseudo Bueller effect? Did they go to the psych ward and find all the people that have that same condition the Joker had? Just threw them all in the audience.
They're just laughing because they're in pain.
Yeah. What am I doing?
Dude, that is actually a good bit of lore. Someone could actually make like a fanfic or a comic series after that. Like,
You just hear her talking about her super ripe pits and her giant bush and how she smells like a full bison, and you just see the guy in the front row, just tears streaming down his face, laughing hysterically.
and
That
with her,
man is in
I love
pain.
this society.
It's what society has done to us. I can't believe it. I can't fucking believe it.
The best part of that whole special was the end, and not for the obvious reason that you're thinking is, oh god, it's over, right? No, the best part for me was that we learned she has jilled off to the moon. Because this woman is so psychotic, she can't find a man who's willing to put his dick in that much crazy.
Well, like I said, a lot of mythologies, the sun is male and the moon is female. So it's like maybe this is like her coming out story.
She's a lesbian.
Well, in one of those documentary clips, she was pretty deep in the closet reading poems.
Yeah, that's right. Even from a childhood.
Right?
Yeah, deep in the closet with the dream catcher and ghosts,
Never caught her
apparently.
Never did catch that.
Yeah, it was a pseudo-bulbar effect.
Yeah, the pseudo bulbar effect that makes the audience laugh. Fuck. Oh, but yeah, it was either that or they got, the whole audience that, the live audience from the Big Bang Theory brought them in.
Yes, watching this
Not
makes
actually
me,
funny either.
watching this makes me miss drinking. It really does.
Jenny Slate, because alcoholism.
Oh, I don't miss drinking. I'm doing it right now.
Same. I drank and I still didn't appreciate the show.
No.
Well, do you not remember the whole part before the stream where I was saying I don't just drink until I drink until I'm done. And that could be a while.
I think it was kind of a race. I was trying to outpace the show because I'm already done with the show, man. Just bring on the booze. Salvage the night.
Done with it 5 minutes in, Johnny. You're a fucking sadist.
Yeah, aptly named stream today.
Yes, well, we try. We pride ourselves on our torture techniques.
I still think I'm winning just because I'm not going to have this special just randomly pop in my head like the song I inflicted on you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, and I was doing pretty good until you mentioned it.
Actually, I'm going to open Cast back up just so I can look at the comments we had from the original viewing because that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. I was reading through that.
Using the chat in there. Damn, I should have.
It's a lot of Terry and Camel and.
Damn, I should have made notes.
Prospero.
Oh, that's from actually watching a good comedy special. Prospero's comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
Chappelle one, right?
Bill Burr. It was the new Bill Burr one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was a really good one, Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the Paper Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that one.
W.R. Crossan, welcome to the stream.
Hey,
What's up,
Costin.
Austin? But no, this person is an actress. She's not a comedian. Let's be honest. Just look at her IMDb page. A lot of acting credits. She did write her special. Apparently, she's also written some other stuff, some shorts, like TV series shorts. But I'm noticing like none of these are like full length writing credits. They're all shorts.
I think if she's written comedy, then if it was worth watching it all, someone else was also writing it and just adding in jokes where she forgot to put them.
Oh, whoa, really? Oh, that's why the name Trevor pops up. Okay. She was on an episode of The Whitest Kids You Know as Trevor's date.
Ah.
Wow.
Back in 2008. Little Easter egg there for you guys. She
Fascinating.
She mentioned a couple of different guys' names from. There's actually a scene in this special where she is sitting in her parents' house in her childhood room, going through her childhood diary and like notebooks and whatnot.
Yeah.
And she mentioned a fella named Mike who she claims she doesn't even know who that is, which I call bullshit.
Mhm.
I agree.
And another one named Trevor.
Who she barely remembered.
Yeah, no, he was in her a cappella group.
That's why I said barely.
He was, they dated for like a second until Trevor saw the crazy eyes. And,
Trevor's a smart lad.
Peaced out.
Not smart enough if it took him a second to see the crazy.
Hey man, don't discount a woman's ability to hide that shit for a little while.
Yeah, to be fair, that's totally true.
No, I don't discount a woman's ability to do that. I discount this particular woman's ability to do that.
Yeah, fair point.
That's fair.
Oh, big freaking surprise. Got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes by the approved critics.
Hey,
Point
so-
and proof,
What's
right
the
there.
audience score?
Point and proof.
What's the
40,
audience score?
44%.
If you need to know, if you
I'm
need to
surprised
know
they got
anything,
that much.
if you need to know anything, just go to Rotten Tomatoes. Ignore the critics. Look at the fans.
I think they misplaced the decimal point. I think it was meant to be 4.4%. Like,
Even still, that's pretty high.
Oh lordy!
Listen to some of these reviews. I can think of no better way to describe stage fright as a secret, gentle, creamy treat to those who think deeply about clothing.
oh,
Okay,
God.
that sounds like
Rachel Syme.
that
New
sounds
York,
like we just created
New
a
Yorker.
false account and commented on our own special.
No, I'm looking at the actual official reviewers.
Oh, this is the
Stand by what I
official.
said.
Oh wow.
You know, the ones that count for Rotten Tomatoes, but not for nobody else.
Stage Fright features plenty of the proudly feminist and wildly silly material that fans should expect. But as Slate reflects on her coming of age and ongoing struggles with love and happiness, she doesn't leave everything on the stage. She left too much on the stage as it was. She didn't need to leave everything.
Thank God she didn't leave everything.
And unless they're pointing out that she left everything but the funny bits on stage.
Oh, here's one of it. Slate gives us her all, and all of her here. It's almost impossible not to fall for her. And then,
No, it's very possible.
and then
it's-
Slate, like so many other women, has more than one self, and she shows us a few of them in Stage Fright.
I think that's a nice way of saying bitches be crazy.
What the fuck? Jenny Slate, Stage Fright is funny, fearless, and phenomenal. It's a must-see that may make you feel seen, and if not, may still make you cackle like it's charismatic comedian. Don't miss it. Christy Puckcho, or fucking whatever the hell her cuck-ass name is.
Whatever she is ingesting through whatever pores of her body, do not share with the populace.
Oh, here's a
Christy's
good one.
shaved sides of shaved sides of her head. She's got a.
You guys notice that only 2 of the reviewers have their picture attached to their profiles? I mean, everyone else, this might as well be Twitter eggs from the New Yorker and Entertainment Weekly and Salon. And like, yeah, sure, I'll write about it, but there's no way I'm putting my face to this bullshit.
I don't think I would ever call
Right,
it,
you pay me, but you don't pay me that much.
well, I don't think I would ever call anything anyone does a creamy treat.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, unless you're talking about a porn with cream pie, then no.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been a cooking show. Why'd you have to go there?
Because
Do you not know the title of this stream, my dude? I am sticking to the theme.
It could have been a review of like a new Rachel Ray show, for all you know. But no, you had to go straight to the smut.
I know you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I've never watched Rachel Ray, but
It's been on while I've been asleep.
I'm enjoying the audience reviews. They're not kind. Like, she's
Some of the
she's
audience-
terrible.
Some of the audience fucking comments are hilarious. This guy, Honor R, he's actually a fan of her. I'm a fan of her work, but this missed the mark. It wasn't funny and cringy at times.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
honest.
there's one. Was she speaking English? This was terrible.
Wait, where's this at?
The audience reviews, not the fucking approved reviewers.
Oh man, that's so good.
I wish I was wearing shoes right now. I
Oh,
wish I
wait,
was
wait.
wearing shoes so I could take them off, lie down on my belly, and vomit into my shoes. As it stands, I have to go over to the front closet and vomit into my shoes, which is fine. This is fine, just inconvenient.
Oh damn, dude. That is actually one of my favorite reviews.
Oh, here we go. She was great in the movie Gifted. I remember her from one season on SNL. Thought she just didn't fit in, so maybe she's a good stand-up comedian. Boy, was I wrong. This is the worst Netflix stand-up special of all time. The critics' reviews are clearly paid for and completely fake because they're 100% favorable. The jokes are terrible. She laughs at every joke throughout the whole show. I never laughed once. People in this audience start playing Russian roulette just to end the pain. It's like Deer Hunt, but...
Here's one. I always look forward to when Netflix drops a new stand-up special. So when I saw there was an article stating that the service will be cutting down on them in the future, it made me sad. But rather than have Dave Chappelle as the thumbnail, they may as well have had this girl displayed for the reason why they're cutting my pack off and giving everyone specials. I don't give reviews unless I gave the product in question a fair and full assessment, and boy, was this hard to sit through. Easily one of the least funny acts of... Oh, where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? Easily one of the least funny acts of ... That's it.
Wah, wah.
There's one. I love the character of Mona Lisa Saperson, so my wife and I decided to give her comedy special a try. She clearly has no skill as a comedian and was a complete mental spaz who annoyingly laughs at her own jokes every few seconds before she could even get them out.
Well, I was going to say, there's one here that makes the point that the only laughs given are from Slate herself, which I thought was a very accurate summary.
Rick Arwood. This comedy special went on to say this comedy special was a dumpster fire.
Okay. I'm seeing some red flags. I am seeing some red flags here. Okay, listen to this. 5-star review. Really funny, wild, surreal wit, and such a good spirit is getting across.
That was it?
That's the review. And this person also has a picture attached with their name, Simon V. I'm guessing there's a Me Too claim coming sometime in Simon's future, because there's no way you watched this and gave it 5 stars and thought it was that brilliant without...
Right, you got something to hide, my dude.
Well, there's another 5 stars from a Brennan S. No picture, sadly, but this was fantastic, hilarious, clever, dark, and honest. One of the better stand-up specials I've seen. The documentary cuts are well-placed and never feel like they detract from the story. Just a really great special.
5 stars from Colleen F. Totally fresh and original. Jenny Slate's joy is contagious. This one's cats don't love her enough. They ignore her.
Lord Meowington is not amused.
Here's one from Malcolm, another 5-starer. In a world where racism, sexism, classism, and every type and manner of deceit lives, we can all come together under the tall and warm umbrella that is Jenny Slate, and we can breathe in and out together and all at once. This was so unexpected, but something that my soul needed. I've never laughed till my soul shook until now. Jenny Slate, I want to put this special in a shrine. A living, breathing, menstruating, fucking masterpiece.
Where the fuck
was that like a 1-star rating? Because that would actually
a 5-star rating.
Oh, that would be so good if
last
that was a
page
troll
of the
and being
last
totally
page.
sarcastic.
It's the last page of the audience reviews.
Oh,
I reject that
Second
critique.
from the
They didn't
top.
list enough isms at the beginning.
Right?
They did not list enough. There was only, 5?
Racism, sexism, classism,
Oh
3.
shit!
Get off your lazy ass.
Chris
reviewer.
N.
Right, you're not doing good. do better.
Audience
Your
critic
balls are
Chris
tongue.
N. Really confused about the low audience score, but I think it must be thin-skinned men.
Yep. Yep, that's it. That's exactly it. Hey, Gabby.
We figured out why there's.
They figured you out. You're a thin-skinned man.
I love
Fucking turfs.
Well, there are no women on the internet. It's just a cool long-haired dude we're talking to.
Well, Gabby and her creamy treats.
Who do you think is giving them?
Ooh, I love the half-star rating.
You could do a
half-star
half
review.
star?
Yeah, there's a half-star review from Rick R.
Awesome.
I loved the character of Mona Lisa Saperstein, so my wife decided to give her comedy special a try. She clearly has no skill as a comedian
that's
and
when
was the complete. Oh yeah, you did read that. Yeah,
Yeah.
this does seem familiar.
Well, what's funny is that Chris N talking about the thin-skinned men. Right underneath that's a half-star rating from Athena R with a picture of. She's terrible. I tried and gave her a chance, but she's so bad.
And I'm gonna clip that and tweet it out.
Yeah, it was bound to happen. It's only a matter of time.
Someone put a half star. I'd give it less stars if I could. You could give it no stars.
I think you have to give it a fraction of a star.
This is a person who decided to go to Rotten Tomatoes to share their opinion about it. They're probably not that bright to begin with.
Touche.
Fair enough.
Because I've watched a lot of movies and TV shows and stand-up comedy. I don't think I've made a review like with a rating system and all that shit once. You know, this is the closest I've ever gotten to reviewing media. Is just, and that's because somebody else is doing all the work. I just gotta sit here and talk.
Fair enough.
I'm that lazy.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the way most people do it. Like, how many people who watch YouTube videos leave YouTube comments? Like, it takes a special kind of something just to comment on anything.
Well,
It's
I mean,
very
I might do that
rare.
because I'm on YouTube, but like, I'm not gonna watch something on Netflix and then go to a completely different fucking website to comment.
Yeah, it's rare when I'll comment on a YouTube video. I mean, it happens. If it's something worth commenting on, I guess. But yeah, most of the time I just watch the video, hit the like button, and that's it.
I love this review. This is Jenk over on Metacritic gives it a 1 out of 100. It says cringeworthy, banal, and gimmicky. Even the scenes with her family, probably to aim to establish her as a likable character, don't offer saving her from her horrendous attempt at stand-up. A clear case of positive discrimination promoting mediocrity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much the Cliff Notes, promoting mediocrity.
Mustafa, welcome to the chat, buddy.
I think if this Jenny Slate made less than like $100 million, she should sue on the same grounds that Monique is suing, because clearly other people got paid more for their comedy specials.
Where? How far down did you have to go to get to the one review, Clyde? Because I pulled up Metacritic. Yeah.
It's on the first page.
Really?
Yeah, there's only 2 user scores.
Oh, see that again? That's
One's a 4 and one's a 1. Everything else on the reviewed critics, or the allowable critics, their people, they all gave it 80s. One person gave it 100.
okay. See, I'm not seeing any user scores on Metacritic or review.
I got 2. I got 2 here. The other one is a 4. It says, not sure if this is cleverly constructed anti-humorist comedy masquerading as a weak comedy, or mediocre comedy produced with the sole aim to assert Netflix as an ethnic and gender inclusive platform. Either way, joke was on me. That's great.
Well, no, like I pulled it up, right, and
Yeah,
it's not showing any user rating reviews or ratings. It's just showing me an 84 for the critics reviews, and I've got AV Club, Salon, Collider, and Vulture.
Yeah, I'm not
'Cause-
finding anything either.
I can see the two reviews that Clyde was talking about. One by One Armed Bandit and one by Jenk.
It's weird. I'm not getting any of them.
But yet,
like
showing a 5.5 on their users score. But user reviews, the only two that are there is a 4 and a 1. So that would give you what, a 3?
2.5.
3 point something.
Well, 5 divided by 2, so it'd be 2.5.
2.5.
If that's how they do it, is doing the average. Yeah, you got.
But they're giving it a 5.5. How the hell are they getting that?
Are these scores out of 10?
I would assume.
Okay.
Okay, somebody needs to find Brianna Wellen from the AV Club, and they need to commit this person. 100%. Stage Fright succeeds because it oozes authenticity, thanks in part to a combination of Slate's overwhelming joy and a display of deep vulnerability. The result is a heartwarming, hilarious, and revealing hour that encapsulates all the good and bad that have made Jenny, Jenny.
Well, we've got to read the full review. It sounds like it's off to a great start.
I am just wondering. I'm just wondering how many of these top tier comments and like scores are just from people she knows.
Yeah.
Jenny Slate has an amazing laugh. She cackles like a banshee. There's no way anybody thinks that's amazing unless you are a comedian making that person laugh, in which case you know that they think you're funny. It's bubbly, infectious. Yeah, I mean, it could definitely spread like a disease, I imagine.
Wait, this person that gave the score, Brianna Wellen, works for the AV Club.
Yeah, I'm
What's
at the AV
the
Club.
AV Club? Is that the Adult Video Club?
It's sort of like audio video.
Oh, audio video. Okay.
Yeah, it's a play on, like, in high school when you had the AV Club that would record all the sporting events and shit.
Oh, okay.
Do like the video yearbook.
In Japan, man, when they say AV in Japan, that means adult video.
I was thinking the same thing. It's prawn.
Prawn.
Like my name.
Yeah, that's funny. Your name is unintentionally a sex position.
And I only found that out about 2 or 3 years later. That was great.
Should change it to Gabby Reverse Cowgirl.
Why the hell not?
Gabby the Anvil. That's great.
Or Gabby does the doggy long time. Why the hell not?
Gabby, where have you wrong time?
Oh God, you got to get to the second paragraph of this review on the AV Club. There's not another stand-up special that immediately comes to mind where the person on stage is enjoying not just themselves, but their punchlines as much as Slate does during Stage Fright, her first ever stand-up special, streaming now on Netflix. Where some textbook comedy specials fall flat because of over-rehearsed jokes or stiffness, Stage Fright succeeds because it oozes authenticity. That's where we get to the part that they actually have.
Why do they keep oozing stuff?
Go see a doctor.
Yeah,
Did you not-
Shouldn't be
not-
doing that.
Did you not hear her talking about those bar classes she took, Clyde?
Jesus.
Where
I
she was
see.
like full on bison before the warm-ups were even finished?
You're supposed to stop taking the medication when you have like involuntary oozing.
I'm just thinking the weight loss pills with the anal leakage warning.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. May cause anal leakage. I'm gonna just enjoy my diabetes.
I'm my biggest fan, I guess, she says through one particularly raucous giggle fit that seems to take her by surprise. Slate's laughter feels so genuine and earned every time it squeaks out that it becomes impossible not to laugh along with her. I found it very possible.
Mhm.
It was so possible not to laugh along with her because, yeah.
Well, unless you were laughing at her.
No. This specifically says laughing with her. I was not laughing with her. Okay, here's a bit of a review from Salon. In the end, what Stage Fright lacks in polish, it makes up for in effervescence and deeply confessional moments.
Effervescence.
In the second half of this special, Slate successfully mines topics like porn, masturbation, divorce, and loneliness for laughs.
And men being bad.
These writers need to work on the art of simile. You know what I mean?
It was just as enjoyable as the last time I used it.
Like effervescence? Are you fucking kidding?
It reminds me of taking my Alka-Seltzer. It was so enjoyable.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming that Ashley D. Stevens of Salon.com has a word of the day calendar that somebody gifted her because she is a quote unquote, bunny ears here writer. So they thought, maybe she could use that, and she has put it to use.
Hey, Rose. Rose is here, by the way. My wee one. Hey, say hi, Rose.
Hi.
Hi, Rose.
How funny is Jenny?
Who is that?
Exactly.
You are exactly right, honey. Who is she?
Who is she? Spoiler alert, Rose. It's cringy.
I see a foot.
I see a foot, she says.
She's talking to you, Terry.
That's awesome.
I'm the foot.
I saw that right now.
Yeah, that's it. All right, honey, you enjoy your cheese string. I'm streaming right now.
Aw.
No. I'll see you later.
Talk to you later, Rose.
Yeah, be saying
Bye, Rose.
later.
Okay, let's see what Gregory Lawrence had to say. This is a gentleman from Collider. Because it only gives like a one sentence kind of review on Metacritic. He gave it an 80, by the way. Everyone gave it an 80 except for Brianna Wellen. She went full retard with the 100.
Never go full retard.
Oh, you don't.
A refreshingly unique, consistently entertaining, and sometimes overloosed special. I think he might be referencing her talking about her vagina.
Dear Lord.
Does Jenny Slate really have stage fright like her Netflix comedy special claims? Upon first glance, it seems like an overmodest, even preposterous claim. Slate owns the stage with unbridled enthusiasm, glee, and a special brand of confidence. She absolutely radiates with self-love. Yeah, she talked about that quite a bit.
Yeah, that was one of her go-to points.
Quite a bit more.
Laughing at her own riffs while saying, "I'm my biggest fan," I guess. You notice how the critics picked up on that? Apparently, if you tell them that you're your biggest fan, they will become your biggest fan. It's like a reverse psychology. You can't be my biggest fan. I'm my biggest fan. Well,
Challenge
I'm gonna be your biggest
accepted.
fan. Yeah.
The only way she'd ever own that stage is if she got her George Soros of a grandmother to buy it for her.
And yet, at the center of this uniquely bold stage presence lies a palpable sense of anxiety and, yes, fright, even before Slate starts tackling these issues explicitly. How does such a gulf between performing bravado and inner turmoil exist simultaneously? To answer this, Jenny Slate's stage fright splits time between Slate on stage and documentary footage with her family, resulting in a refreshingly unique, consistent, entertaining, and sometimes overloose special.
Overloose. What the
I spent 12 years learning English in school, and I cannot pick up on the context clues as to what that fucking means. So your guess is as good as mine.
I'm having flashbacks of when that journalist wrote an article about Count Dankula, and he used I'm trying to think of the word, jejune. I still don't know what the heck jejune means either.
Jude?
Jejune.
Jejune.
Oh shit, I forgot she was in Venom.
If you're only familiar with Slate's comedic voice from Marcel the Shell with shoes on, say that 5 times fast, Big Mouth, or Parks and Recreation, you might be surprised to see just how untethered and silly her stand-up persona can get. Untethered is a very apt descriptor, I would say.
If you talk about her brain being untethered from her spine, nothing's connecting.
Her Twitter bio. Why are we talking about her Twitter bio in her stand-up review? What? Reads, "I'm an animaniac." Well, I like that show too, but which is a pretty simple, fairly accurate introduction to her style. But even the Animaniacs performed tightly patterned, scripted comedy with a clear focus. Yeah, a children's cartoon was better and funnier than this. Yeah.
Yeah, jejune means simplistic, dry, and uninterested.
Yeah, Terry just told me.
Yeah. I had to look it up. I didn't know that. I thought maybe he was using some like Celtic slang.
I'm just noticing a lot of trends. Like a journalist thinks, oh, if I just sprinkle in some words I looked up in the dictionary, and then maybe my bullshit opinion actually sounds important.
I should have been a journalist. I can read a dictionary. I even have a thesaurus.
Cap lessons on how to fucking communicate with people. Use convoluted words that nobody gets. Hey, man, I feel smart.
Slate is prone to erratic, not erotic. Pardon me. She did talk about masturbation a lot, so don't think that was a intentional slip. Erratic flights of fancy, following the impulses of her muse to their naturally absurd conclusions. And if this reads as criticism, it ain't.
Can you reply to reviews? I want to say, hey, you dropped the sodium chloride.
Well, first, I want to reply to this and tell them to stop appropriating my culture. I seriously doubt Gregory Lawrence is a Southerner who actually uses ain't.
Ain't.
Right.
I reckon.
The bigot.
Slate's pure sense of play and silliness is a joyful palate cleanser to other prestige stand-up specials like The Great Depression or Nanette that traffic in melancholy grown-up material.
Of course they brought in Nanette. And honestly, Nanette was even better than this drivel.
It was.
She actually had like one or two jokes that kind of made me chuckle, yeah. The rest of Slate's Twitter bio reads, why are we back to the Twitter bio?
Because everything from like news to this, everything, Twitter is everything.
I'm glad to be here and I love tons of stuff. That's love and gratitude for performing. That gratitude for performing shines bright with childlike wonder.
I love what Mustafa said in the chat. The TV show is scripted. You gasp.
Then she needs to fire her writers. But she's the writer, so just cancel herself. Cut out the middleman.
This guy really likes the sound of his internal monologue because I've read like 2 paragraphs already and there's like 6 more to go. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull the ripcord on that one. Because
even torture can only go so far.
Somebody start the clock. We need to get like a Google alert set up for when Gregory Lawrence gets his Me Too allegations. Yeah. He is definitely trying too hard in this review.
You lose subscriber.
You dirty cheater.
And the last one I see is a Catherine Vander Donk. I'm assuming this is like I'm assuming this is a foreigner, so I'm going to cut them a break, and I'm not even going to read that one because I don't want to think less of somebody who may be, speaking English as a second language.
I'll think less of them for you. I'll
Oh. I'm just wondering what they heard and what they translated to what she actually said, because if they left a positive review, something got lost in translation.
I found a different...
Maybe they were actually playing this video, but they had it on mute, and they were listening to like some old Showtime at the Apollo instead.
They were watching the Eddie Murphy special from like 70s, 80s, whatever it was.
Yeah, 80s.
I keep thinking Richard Pryor because that was a ripoff from Richard Pryor's stand-up in the 70s.
Yeah, he had a whole bit about how like when he started doing stand-up, it was just ripping off Richard Pryor.
It totally is, man. Oh, rip Richard Pryor. He was a genius.
No, I never really liked Richard Pryor. Like, I don't know why. He just never clicked with me. I never found him as funny as everyone said.
Oh, that's too bad.
No, my favorite joke of his is when he opened. I don't remember which one it was. He opened it with. He's like, "Well, let's get into some news," and he struck a match, and he's like, "What's this?" And
that was. I think that was the end of Live on the Sunset Strip.
And he dangles it, and he like runs it, and he goes, "Yeah, it's Richard Pryor walking down Main Street."
Yeah, I think that was Live on the Sunset Strip. That was the closer. Actually,
that was the closer. I thought it was the opener.
No, that was the closer because he was talking about.
Oh, that must have been
on, and then he's talking about catching himself on fire.
Is that the one where he said, "I'm not dead yet"?
No, that was the documentary for him. That was the opener on that one.
Yeah, that was his closer on the I think Live on the Sunset Strip when he was talking about the whole thing about him being freebasing and catching himself on fire. And then he talked about how he knew he heard people making jokes about him, and he pulled out the matchbook, struck the match. He's like, "What's that? Richard Pryor running down the street?" And yeah, that was the end of it.
That was.
But that's how you do comedy. Actually, you take something that is tragic and you make it funny, Jenny.
That's how people deal with stuff. Like, a lot of people just lose the plot when it comes to comedy.
I think like 90% of everything we've reviewed so far needs to take that into consideration.
Well, the whole thing about this Jenny Slate stand-up was she kept building up to punchlines and never delivering on them. It was all built up and then waka waka.
Loud noises.
Yeah,
wave your arms around.
That's why I had in the chat, Jack Bauer voice. Where are the jokes? Where are they?
He'd do the Batman voice too.
That's why we titled it as such.
Why did you say Martha? Fuck it. Bad. I hate it.
What do you guys think the breakdown was of the special? Was it like 60-40 her actually doing the stand-up and then the other 40% being the documentary? Was it more or less, you guys think?
I'd say 50-50.
50-50?
Yeah, it was about that. Yeah.
Because those did drag on way, way too long. And like her telling the story about her mother kicking her out during, was it Hanukkah?
Yeah.
Yeah. In case you guys didn't notice, she's one of the chosen people. But yeah, she's talking about growing up in Massachusetts, getting her mom kicking her out during Hanukkah, and her just sitting there by the window on the back porch. And if you guys aren't aware, she's from Massachusetts. I've heard it gets mighty cold up north.
It's cold there, yeah.
It's like, if you're going to tell us a story about, you being as abused as a child, can you at least make it funny? And Jenny's answer to that was no. No, I cannot.
I like Christopher Titus was good at taking his childhood trauma and making it funny.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah, very, very funny talking about his alcoholic father and his was she schizophrenic or like manic depressive?
All of those.
Yeah. She was everything in the DSM-5. And
she was the DSM-5.
Or Eddie Murphy with his little bit about all the other kids getting ice cream from the ice cream truck, and
the welfare bit.
Yeah, I got the ice cream, and you ain't got none because you're on welfare.
And your daddy's an alcoholic.
That shit was good.
You see that, Jenny? 30 years later, we can still quote that bit.
Right? There was nothing quotable in this whole fucking set. I mean, she was on to something at the point when she was talking about going into like a Christian church and how elaborate it was, and describing the synagogue as like a Chinese restaurant without windows. Like, it was a good build up. There could have been a good punchline there, but she just flubbed on it. It sucked.
Yeah, there's quite a few, like with Nanette, that was the same thing she did. She noticed that she was getting a consistent building laughter, and then she would just take it,
Pump the brakes.
take it right to Planned Parenthood, and just
face plant.
Yeah, she didn't pump the brakes, Camel. She stomped on them, put that joke right through the fucking windshield.
But yeah, if you actually do take the time to watch this, which I recommend you don't, if that's the whole point. You're sitting here right now listening to us, so you don't have to watch this shit.
We did it.
But if you do,
we're sacrificial lambs here.
We are your martyrs.
but if you do decide against your better judgment and our advice to sit down and watch this, just watch the faces in the crowd when they actually do show shots of the crowd. There are supposed to be 400 people in this theater that she's performing at.
You see five faces.
And they're all off to the side, down by her feet. There's no focus on the audience. When you hear the laughter, you're never seeing faces. Majority of the laughs she gets in this thing are canned, and I think that's part of the reason why there's only 30 minutes of her doing stand-up material, and half of it is her talking to her family. Because this probably bombed so hard, she didn't get the full hour out, and she just had to, well, let's go to my mom's house. That's where I masturbate anyway. We can talk to some people there.
Yeah, that was like my hypothesis, like right in. I'm like, yeah. They made sure to have fillers for the even more incredibly awkward moments.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to awkward beyond awkward.
Now, I would have loved to have heard more stories about her ex-husband, because I was shocked, I tell you, to find out she had been married.
Same.
Like, I want to hear about this guy. What kind of shit's going on with him that he said I do? There's got to be some comedy there. There's got to be something weird about him that we can make fun of.
But
no.
there's a redeeming quality. He did bounce.
Well,
Yeah, but eventually.
We all make bad decisions from time to time.
No excuses.
I think maybe the guy saw dollar signs when he found out she was in Saturday Night Live. And that's why he married her. And then 4 years later, it's like, okay, this is more than I can stand. The money's not worth it. Bye.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry, Gabby. That cracked me right the fuck up.
You're welcome. I mean, the only reason I wouldn't give this thing like a 0-star review is just because it brought us together. Just have some brewskis and laugh at stupid shit in the world. That's our coping mechanism.
The only reason why you wouldn't give this a 0-star review is because Netflix changed the rating system just like YouTube did.
I was gonna say the only reason it even gets a star is because you can't submit the review without at least clicking the fucking page.
I forget when didn't they change that because a different female comedian like cried
Amy
about
Schumer.
it?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the whale, yeah.
I think it was the leather special. They changed it because of that one. It bombed so bad.
I'm not even an ex-boyfriend. Why do I know so much about her genitalia?
Gross.
No one should be cursed with that knowledge.
I think the biggest joke that has come from Amy Schumer is the fact she had to marry an Aspie to have a partner.
What's an Aspie?
I think he's got Asperger's.
He's got the Asperger's syndrome.
Yeah. So like he can't lie to her.
He keeps it real.
Yeah.
Because he medically can't.
Keeping it real because I can't medically.
No, I have Asperger's. That's just something else.
Well, that's what she's claiming anyway. Or no, did she say Asperger's or did she just go full autism?
I think yeah, it's full. I think she mentioned Asperger's, but she did bring up autism.
Mustafa, do I look fat? Yes.
He's like Lincoln, cannot tell a lie.
Well, like I know Ranting Monkey, he says he doesn't lie to like his wife if she asks that kind of question because, honesty is the best policy. He doesn't want her, feeling like he lied to her when somebody else told her she looks like shit or something like that. Me, I'm just lazy. It's like, do these pants make my butt look big? Yeah, they do.
Yes.
It's easier than telling you they don't.
Oh,
Well, it's easier to just say it's your ass that makes the pants look like badass.
Well,
Right, like the jeans wouldn't look so fat if you weren't stuffed in there to expand the fabric. You're making the jeans look fat.
like, do these jeans make me look fat? No, but the muffin top on top of them does.
When your pants make you look like rolled out toothpaste.
Oh man.
That's good.
But
I think Johnny has a favorite. I just noticed Gabby's listed twice in the description.
Did I?
Gabbard is everyone's favorite. Isn't that right, Gabbard?
Absolutely.
and Johnny abuses Camel because guess who's not in the description?
Oh.
I took your spot, Camel. Deal with it.
Oh,
There needs to be more
Like that.
We need more women representation, even if it's just multiples of me. People can't get enough of me.
Jack. It's because Camel sounds like Jack and Polly abuses Jack, so Johnny just got confused.
But I don't sound like Polly.
You don't, but you still got confused as to who was supposed to be abused.
Well, let's go with this whole thing here. Do you have a smoking jacket, sir?
No, I do not.
I didn't catch that. I heard Terry laughing.
No, there is no smoking jacket.
Do you have a jacket that you occasionally smoke in?
I actually don't smoke.
Do you have a jacket that you could set on fire to produce smoke?
Well, I have plenty of those.
There you go.
Smoking jacket confirmed.
Are
Moving
you one of
on.
them combustible people? Will you light on fire?
But
Technically, anyone can light on fire.
It just takes enough elbow grease.
It's just about what it takes to let the smoke out.
There, it's fixed.
okay, so this guy, the director of the special, has 2 credits, and they're both of her work. The one stand-up special, and the other one was an Obvious Child that she did. I saw that on her IMDb page, but
Obvious Child.
yeah, it's a movie that she did.
She has an IMDb rating of 6 out of 10
How is that possible?
on the stand-up.
But yeah, that's his 2 directing credits. It's Gillian. I don't speak French. Hey Della, how do you pronounce that last name there?
What last name?
It's Robes. I think it's Pierre.
Robespierre.
Robespierre.
Oh, Robespierre.
Oh, I told you I don't speak French, man. So I had to.
Neither do I, but I paid attention during history.
I'm not Canadian.
I'm not. Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm Canadian and I refuse to speak French.
Is Robespierre even Canadian?
No, but it's French.
Ish.
Yeah, and Pakistanis don't even speak real French, you idiot.
The ones that do speak French don't speak real French.
Exactly. It's that Quebecois fucking shit.
I'm closer to the actual Mexicans than I am the snow Mexicans, so don't get mad at me, okay? I'm just Spanish.
Don't tell me how to live my life.
So you know, the director was born in Brooklyn. Like,
Yeah, at the store.
Probably
Buy some-
to illegal Canadians who snuck across the northern border.
and she's got untitled divorce comedy under her belt too.
Wait, the director? That's a woman?
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, okay.
I like when IMDb shows that they have a plan, something in works, and they haven't submitted a title yet, so it's just untitled divorce comedy. So she's making a movie. They just don't know what it is.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's a feminist movie for fuck sure.
Of course.
A 20-something comedian unplanned pregnancy forces her to confront the realities of independent womanhood for the first time.
Yeah.
Riveting stuff.
Speaking of strong women, anyone watch the new South Park episode?
No.
Oh, is it?
I've heard the news about it.
Yeah, let's just say it definitely hurt some fifis.
Yes.
What does it nowadays? You got to get specific at this point.
They were pretty much doing about trans in sports.
Yeah, we watched clips of that the other night, Gabbers.
And then the new trans athlete was like a mimic of Macho Man Randy Savage.
Did you see the meme for what was it? That new Disney Plus show, the Ma'am DeLorean, and it had Macho Ma'am.
Oh God.
That's awesome.
And I agree with Vince in chat, who's saying he looks forward to more intolerance and less inclusivity in our culture. It's like, yeah, I think we kind of do need that.
That's why I think we should actually bring back the bullying in schools.
Hell yeah.
You'll notice this didn't really start until they got all the anti-bullying campaigns really going.
Who was it who got a lot of criticism? I think it was someone who worked at Google. I think it was a black lady. She just mentioned like diversity. There could be a room with some white guys, but it's still diversity because they all think differently.
That was
She didn't
the
get
Apple
in trouble.
president.
She got fired. She
Yeah.
lost her job.
A black woman said that and she got fired?
Yeah,
Yep.
she lost her job. She was like a vice president or something.
Yeah, for saying that people come from different places regardless of how tan they are.
Yep.
They needed to keep their quota on diversity and firing.
Yeah. It's hate speech to recognize positive attributes in white people.
Or just simply saying people can look similar but still be totally different. That's hate speech, I guess.
It definitely is.
This is why I drink.
That's rude, Gabby. You can judge a book by its cover. That's what all these people have been telling us for so long.
No. Vincent's in chat says, Clyde's white. I see no redeeming qualities. Except his beard.
I got a great beard. What can I say?
Daddy does.
Not a lot of people can get away with a beard these days. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like a lot of jobs won't let you have it.
See, I have a beard, but no need for a job, so I dodged that bullet.
I had a boss come to me once years ago, and he said, "Hey, so we had health and safety come in, and they're talking about we need to have masks, that fit to your face in case we have a dusty environment or something." I said, "Well, what are you getting at?" He said, "Well, you might have to shave your beard." And I said, "That is the worst reason for me to quit my job." Never brought it up again.
So what'd Clyde say when we told him that he'd have to, shave to put the mask on to save his life and everything? He said, he'll just take the cancer.
No, it was absolute bullshit. You know the health and safety people where they're like, sometimes there's dust in the air in your work environment, so we need you to conform to all this shit and buy thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
You realize
not kick the dust up.
That's to save them on lawsuits in case you get like emphysema or what have you, like a lung thing. Be like, we told him to do all this stuff.
Oh, the thing that cracks me the most is they're like, sometimes brakes have asbestos in them, and I said, well, didn't they outlaw asbestos in brakes? And they said, yeah, but some like Chinese manufacturers are still putting it in. Well, why don't you just ban it from the market? Well, it's already banned, but some gets through. Well, why don't you just not let it through? Wow. We still want to, keep those cheap Chinese goods coming. Oh, well.
It's
What
like,
do you do?
it's like, have you seen what happened with the NBA? This is Canada. We can't compete.
You got to bend the knee to China.
Well, they try to take it out on the consumer. Like, you need to protect yourself because our government bureaucracy that's designed to protect you can't protect you.
They put all these rules in place, and it's just like, well, instead of actual enforcement, we just tell the populace to go do a million fucking things.
I am going to show you. This is as far as I can grow a beard.
Uh-oh.
Just as a reference.
Yeah, okay, good.
So you mean Chinese food kills a lot of doggos every year, Vince?
Like, it gets that far and then just stops.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're streaming with Ryan Reynolds tonight. It just stops there. Now you just gotta be patient.
Well, also, Clyde, I've been told because of my long hair, I look like a bunch of different people as well. I've been told I look like Nicolas Cage, Jim Root, James McAvoy. Oh, and Jesus.
I'd run with the Nicolas Cage one. That's amazing.
Nicolas Cage is going to be in a movie about Nicolas Cage.
It's just a license to make retarded faces everywhere you go.
I try to do my best Alabama accent whenever someone tells me that, and I just like put the bunny back in the box.
Oh my god, Con Air in that accent. I fucking love how terrible it is.
That is one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies, specifically for how terrible it
is. So bad, I love it.
That man plays white trash exceedingly well.
Yup.
Is that what they call typecasting?
But no, like, hey, at least I can compare it to Nicolas Cage in that movie, and not like. Have you ever seen like the pictures of him doing like the test shoot for being Superman?
No.
Oh
God!
You got to pull that up. You got to pull that up, Johnny.
Oh damn!
Just Google Nicolas Cage Superman, and there's a picture of him like in the suit, and he's got long like shoulder length hair. It's god awful.
I need to see this.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
This is from like the late '90s. Oh, I think what you got there, Vince?
Here we go.
There it is. There it is. Now, if somebody told me that I looked like that, I would be offended.
That's not real, is it?
That is very, very real.
Isn't that the one they were going to have like Kevin Smith, right, Johnny?
I'm not sure. I think so.
Yeah, because I remember Kevin Smith talking about like he was trying to do a Superman movie, and the producer that was on the movie kept having like these crazy, ridiculous things that he wanted Superman to do in this movie. Like one was fighting like a giant spider, and what was he? He was like what was the producer's name? John something. And like his claim to fame was being like somebody's hairdresser, like was it Barbara Streisand or somebody like that. Before he got into
it was Tim Burton.
It's Tim Burton's
yeah.
Superman? But yeah, Kevin Smith had this whole story about this producer and these ridiculous things he wanted him to do in this movie. And then that producer ended up producing the Will Smith Wild Wild West movie with the giant mechanical spider at the end.
Because that was a huge hit, too.
Hey, man, it could have been worse if Will Smith hadn't taken that movie. He could have ended up being Neo in The Matrix.
Oh, my God. What?
Yeah, he turned down The Matrix to go do Wild Wild West.
Oh, The Matrix would have been so shit. I'm looking at all these Nicolas Cage as Superman pictures and just like, what? I'm so glad that never happened.
Yeah, aren't you glad you don't live in that timeline?
Oh, good lord. Why? Ah.
Wait.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ, fans.
That was
Good going, Vince. Good going.
No, the dude has the best memes. His memes have actually been shown in like John Ward videos, and Gateway Pundit stole his meme. They didn't cite him, the bastards.
Whose memes? Vince's?
Yeah,
What?
he made a classic Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself meme. They
Vince makes
used his
awesome memes.
picture for an article, and they didn't cite him.
that's just dirty.
I
That
made
is
a bullshit
dirty.
tweet about Steve-O, and the journalist cited me. That's just ridiculous.
I saw on Twitter someone was pointing out that the Epstein meme lasted longer than he did in prison.
Oh,
Oh, fuck,
oh, that
that's
is
hilarious.
spicy.
I still like Scribe's meme for Epstein. I'll share that one.
Cool.
Well, guys, it is starting to get late, and I think we're kind of winding down here. I'm gonna have to hop off here and get me some dinner soon.
All right.
No worries.
Well, thank you
Fair
so
enough.
much for the invite. This has been a blast.
Yeah.
Except for the actual sitting down and watching that, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
Everything else was a hoot and a half.
Yeah, that's
Hells
the
yes.
Epstein. I didn't realize it was still on.
Are you sad, Johnny?
I am not sad. Not one bit.
That was,
So yeah, I guess we'll have to wind down. You got to get to your stream. Let's get starting up pretty soon.
That's happening in a little bit here. You guys can go over to DLive/YoNibbsTV, and you can enjoy that in a little bit.
Don't you have a wrench in the chat, Clyde? You can drop a link to the channel over there, can't you?
I think I'll try.
Let me
There
see
you go.
if he does.
Let me see.
There's a link to the D Live in the description anyway.
Yes, but some of us are lazy, Terry. Some of us are lazy.
Like the link is there 3 times, so you it's like Vincent Hunter Gabby.
Like
Clearly, not all of us
only
are
reason-
lazy.
And yes, he does have a wrench. So
The only
There it
reason
is.
why I even looked at the description was because they mentioned that Gabby was in there twice, and I looked to see if I was in there, which I wasn't.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're totally in there. Take a
He
look.
just likes me more than you do.
I don't know what you're talking
This
about.
is why
You're
you
actually
read
in
the
there.
description.
But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. It was fun hanging out.
Yeah.
We can mark that one off the list. We never have to watch it again. Thank God.
Until the next. I mean, the bright
and
side.
Jehovah and Allah and all the other deities, Odin, give him a shout out too, because I don't know shit
You
ever.
watched it twice as many times as the rest of us, so you really deserve a break from it.
Yeah, man, you've earned your spurs.
I've watched more of this than Johnny has, because he dipped out and started snoring halfway through the first time.
Actually, I watched the second half of it a second time when I was at work.
Okay.
So I technically watched it 2.5 times.
Oh Jesus!
But dude, on the bright side, the next episode, it can't get any worse than this.
We have one in the can that we've been trying to get somebody on for that.
Don't
It's-
issue challenges. They will rise to meet them.
Yeah, this is the internet. We can find shit that's way worse, I'm sure.
Exactly.
But I mean, I'm talking about Netflix specials in particular. At least in that corner. I'm not saying the internet's not full of terrible nonsense, but
No, like I said, we have one in the can that we're just trying to find somebody to come
You'll
on.
definitely have to join us the next time, Gabby, because that one is particularly, it's bad.
now I have to. Challenge accepted.
Yes, I'm definitely in favor of Gabby joining us, and Clyde and Vincent, and all those people. It's
We will torture all comers on this stream. Everyone is welcome to feel the lash.
And
he would have been here if he hadn't been working today. So
yeah, he had to go to be an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's busy
Who
adult.
does that anyway?
Fuck off.
I can't wait for my winning lottery ticket to come in.
Right?
I'm still banking on a dead relative that I haven't met. Yeah, some long lost uncle.
Hey, I can confirm the dead relative path is a successful one.
I mean, the fortune cookie told me wealth was coming my way, and I'm waiting for it.
But
Mine told me I was going to have diarrhea in 30 minutes, and it was absolutely on point.
Eerie.
All right. Well,
you did get that fortune cookie from a Taco Bell, so I mean it's really kind of it's a given.
Yeah, never trust the restaurants that are in the same building. If it's a duel, like Chinese and Taco Bell Hut, have questions.
When they said wealth is coming your way, they meant you're going to get Weinsteins.
All right. Well, do you have anything coming up, Delahazed?
Not concrete yet. I'm working on some stuff, but until I've got it done, I've got nothing set in stone.
Okay.
And Clyde and Gabby have a stream they're going to be doing here shortly, which we have the link in chat and in the description, apparently, for you all to go check it out. Terry, are you going outside anytime in the near future?
Not if I can help it. Well, technically,
smart man.
Technically, I'm going down to Melbourne, so that's outside in a week because we're doing Christmas twice. My sister's coming down from Canada, so my mum wants to do Christmas while she's in Australia, so that'll be in a week, and then we'll have another Christmas on actual Christmas. So yeah, I will be going outside twice in the next month or so. Not going to be.
That is the one reason why I would actually like to go to Australia, just to see what Christmas is like when you have warm weather.
Oh, it's not warm weather; it's scorching hot weather. It's heat stroke if you don't have air conditioning.
I mean, I want to see what Christmas time is like when it's hot outside and you have legal whores. So,
is that last bit true for real?
Yeah.
Cool.
Prostitution is legal.
Cool.
Varies from state to state, but in both New South Wales.
Gabby's bags are already packed.
In New South Wales and Victoria.
I've already been meaning to go for years. It's just now you just lit like fire under my butt.
Look, there's the cherry on top.
Now, New South Wales and what, Terry?
I have a name to live up to.
Yes, you do.
New South Wales and Victoria, the two states. I don't know if Queensland does as well, but definitely New South Wales and Victoria, sex work of prostitution and the sort is legal.
Oh boy.
Cynic is saying, yeah, we do. So Queensland as well.
See, I keep forgetting that you guys have different states. It's all just Australia to me. Wow, Cynic, he's got some great real estate, man. There's a brothel right down the road.
Yeah, they got different states. Sometimes they're pissed. Sometimes they're sleeping. Sometimes they're happy. Sometimes they're fucking stoked, cunt.
All right, well, I need to go walk the hounds, and I need to get some food before I start getting...
All right, see you later, Camel.
Thanks for everyone.
Later, guys.
Nighty night.
Thanks for everyone showing up, and remember, when all else fails, Epstein didn't kill himself.
And get dressed for Jesus.
And organs are stored in the boobs.
Hashtag Ike the like.
And pee is stored in the balls.
And organs are stored in the bobs.
And disgusting language.
All right, have a good night, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Later.